Hey, I learned a powerful lesson today while reading a book called Resilience by Eric Greitens, and I'd like to share the lesson with you, and I hope that it helps you in your life somewhere. The way we tend to operate commonly is that we get certain feelings that we're really hooked onto. It's the catchphrase of the 21st century feelings. Those feelings lead to certain actions, and those actions lead to us making suppositions about our identities. Say you come across someone on the road who looks kind of down, well, the first thing we tend to do is we ask them, well, how do you feel? And they'll say something like, well, I feel kind of good, or I feel kind of bad, or even that I don't really feel anything, I'm numb inside right now. We tend to notice first feelings about ourselves too. We even describe ourselves as such. I'm angry, I'm sad, I'm upset, I'm excited. So, we get certain feelings. Those feelings lead to certain actions or lack of actions. And then those lead to us making suppositions about our identity. So, for example, if you feel angry, you might do angry things, like have a fight with a spouse or with a coworker. And that'll lead you to think that, well, if I feel angry and I'm doing angry things, then I must be an angry person. This applies for everything else, like laziness or procrastination or overeating. If I feel lazy, if I feel like doing nothing, and then I do nothing, then I'm probably a lazy procrastinator. So, what's a better way of doing this? What's a better way of shifting our mindset? It should start from identity first. Identity, actions, feelings. Decide who you are first. Decide who or what you want to be. Keep identity at the forefront, foremost. That identity will then shape your actions, and those actions will then shape your feelings. Notice how feelings come last. Feelings come last because they're fleeting. They're unreliable. They're whimsical. They're like air. They come and they go and they have no reason behind them. They're not solid. They're floating. Thoughts float. Our identity, our core, is stable. It's always there and we can decide on it and we can rely on it. And our actions reinforce our identities. For example, if I decide that I'm a kind and strong person, then I will take kind and strong action. I will be kind and I will be strong, and my feelings will follow, and then I'll be happy. Or maybe I won't be, and that's the best thing about it. I do not rely on my feelings to act. I do not need to wait to feel happy to be a kind and strong person. It's who I am. Like I said, feelings are fleeting. If you put identity first, then your actions will reinforce your identity. If I'm the kind of person that I will not tolerate my body being out of shape, I will not take that sitting down, then I will go and work out every time I reach my threshold. Every time I reach a certain weight beyond which I've decided I am not going to be that guy, I will get off my ass and I will work out. But if my feelings came first, well, then I'd have to wait till I felt like it before I got off my ass and worked out. And we all know that isn't really working for us, is it? If you're going to follow something as whimsical and fleeting as feelings, you're not going to get results. We're going to have to change our identity first. We're going to have to prioritize our identity first, and we're going to have to take actions. We're going to have to take actions that reinforce that identity. Everything that you do, your subconscious is watching. If you chase your feelings and you act in a certain way, you let yourself down. Your subconscious is listening. And then you'll identify as a loser, as a lazy procrastinator, as a person who just can't get that weight off, as a person who just can't control their eating habits, as a person who just can't control their negative thought patterns, because you're identifying with feelings. We shouldn't wait to feel good before we do good things. We shouldn't wait to feel good before we work hard. Because that day is never going to come. Those feelings are never going to come. We change our identity. We chase our identity and we reinforce it with consistent, solid actions.